Children, how are you? Today we will discuss about the respiration pathway, otherwise the pathway of air, how the air enters into the lungs. So in the respiratory system, so many parts are there, so many organs are involved. So each and every organ has a specific role to function. So this is the most important. We should know about the pathway of air. So let us see the picture of the human lungs. Okay. So when we observe the human lungs, so there are several parts. The human respiratory system starts with the nostrils. So we are having the two nostrils. So these are the opening of the respiratory system. Air enters through the nostrils to nasal cavity. Okay. So these are the nostrils. These nostrils are useful for taking air. The air enters into the nasal cavity. So when we observe the structure of the nose, externally the nose will be like this. This is the structure of the nose. Nose has a cavity. Cavity is nothing but empty space. Okay, clear? So the nose is divided into two equal halves by a septum, which is known as a nasal septum. Nasal septum. Okay, clear? The nose is or the nasal cavity is divided into two equal parts by a nasal septum. So the nasal cavity always moisture in nature. It is in wet condition. Do you know what is the reason for that? So always our nasal cavity is in moisture nature. Because of they are having mucus glands on their walls. There are several mucus glands are present on the walls of the nasal cavity. So these mucus glands, which can separate the mucus onto the walls of the nasal cavity, that is why always it is in moisture nature. Next one. So on the septum as well as in the nasal cavity, there are small tiny hair-like structures are present. These are the hairs. So when we inhale the air consists of oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor and so many gases. Along with these, some of the dust particles also enter. So which are very dangerous to our respiratory system. That is why these dust particles and waste materials are stopped here, prevented to enter into the lungs. Because of they are having the air which can prevent the entering of the dust particles into the lungs. That is the first thing. Next one. So the moisture is also, some of the dust particles also attaches to the walls of the nasal cavity. As well as when we inhale the air temperature is not equal to our body temperature. So to bring to our body temperature, the mucus glands play the major role to bring the temperature to our body temperature. Okay, clear? Suppose when we inhale hot air, so whenever the hot air enters into the lungs, which causes to some diseases or some problems. To avoid such type of problems, here what happens, so whenever the air enters into the nasal cavity or the mucus glands present in the nasal cavity, which can control the air temperature. Otherwise, so bring to our body temperatures. Then the air enters into the pharynx. Okay, clear? See once, these are the nostrils, first one. The second one, nasal cavity is completed. So afterwards, air enters into the pharynx. The pharynx is a common chamber for both air and food material. So in the process of ingestion, so we are taking the food material. The food material enters into the mouth, from mouth to pharynx. As well as when we inhale the air enters into the nasal cavity, from nasal cavity to pharynx. both food and air mixes here. Food and air mixed here, which is a common chamber for both air and food material. So this is known as a pharynx. So afterwards, so below the pharynx there is a valve-like structure, otherwise a lid-like structure, which is known as epiglottis. The epiglottis, which can prevent the entering of the food particles into the trachea. So this is a trachea, otherwise known as a food pipe. Okay, clear? So there are two passages here. One is for food, the second one is for air. Food enters into the esophagus, air enters into the epiglottis. When we are inhaling the air, the epiglottis is opened and air enters into the food pipe. Windpipe. So when we are swallowing the food material, the epiglottis is closed and food enters into the food pipe. Okay, clear? So to prevent the entering of the food particles into the trachea or windpipe, the epiglottis play major role. So afterwards, from the pharynx, the air enters into the trachea. Trachea, otherwise known as a windpipe. Trachea, otherwise known as a windpipe. This is the common name. So when we observe the trachea, this is the structure of the trachea. So when we observe the trachea, so there are several C-shaped cartilaginous bones are present on the trachea. C-shaped cartilaginous bones. See once here, this is the windpipe. Windpipe has a C-shaped cartilaginous bones like this. Okay, what is the use of the cartilaginous bones in the trachea? So when we inhale the air, what happens, So due to the pressure, it can be expanded. So for expanding and relaxing the muscles on the trachea, the C-shaped cartilaginous bones are there. So the C-shaped cartilaginous bones are useful for preventing the collapsing and damaging of the trachea. Okay, clear? So when we inhale the air, so the trachea will not be collapsed due to presence of the C-shaped cartilaginous bones. So above the trachea there is a larynx. Larynx is nothing but a voice box. So this is the voice box. The voice box has vocal cords. The vocal cords make the vibrations, otherwise giving the vibrations. So due to the vibrations we are speaking, singing, as well as we are shouting. Some of the sounds will come out from our lungs through the larynx. Larynx only makes the different sounds. So which has a voice box, otherwise the vocal cords. So then air enters into the trachea. So how the trachea is protected? The trachea is protected from collapsing and damaging by the C-shaped cartilaginous bones. Okay, clear? So then the air enters into the two lungs through the bronchi. The trachea is divided into two branches. Each branch enters into each lung. So this is the branch. Again the branch is divided into so many branches are known as the branchioles. These are the branchioles. So these branchioles are spread in the lungs. So we are having two lungs. These lungs are located in the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity means, so the body is divided into three parts. So one is head, the second one is thoracic cavity, the third one is abdominal cavity. So first one head, second one thoracic cavity from neck to here, thoracic cavity from here to here, abdominal cavity. So the lungs are located in the thoracic cavity. The lungs are protected by the rib cage, as well as the lungs also membraned by the flora. There is a flora membrane. So the flora membrane which can protect the lungs. Okay, clear? So these branches divided into so many branches are known as the branchioles. So these branchioles are spread in the lungs. The lungs are made up of small tiny sac-like structures. These are the tiny sac-like structures are known as alveoli. Alveoli. So the alveoli is also known as the structural and functional unit of the lung. So why it is called so? So number of alveoli together and form a lung. As well as there is a gaseous exchanges takes place in the alveoli only. So that is why which is known as the structural and functional unit of the lung. Okay, clear? So many alveoli are present in each lung. Each and every alveoli is connected with the blood capillaries. So there is a gaseous exchanges takes place. Okay, clear? So from that so the blood will collect the oxygen from the alveoli and transport to various cells in our body. So now see the pathway. So this is the pathway. The air enters into the nostrils. Nostrils to nasal cavity. Nasal cavity to pharynx. Pharynx to larynx. Larynx to trachea. Trachea. So the common name of larynx is voice box. The common name of trachea is windpipe. Windpipe. Again, trachea is divided into two branches are known as bronchi. Bronchi is divided into bronchioles. Bronchioles. These bronchioles are spread into alveoli. Alveoli into blood. Okay, see once again. So pathway of air. Air enters into nostrils. Nostrils to nasal cavity. Nasal cavity to pharynx. Pharynx to larynx. Larynx to trachea. Trachea to bronchi. Bronchi to bronchioles. Bronchioles to alveoli. Alveoli to blood. Again. So in the blood. So what happened, gaseous exchanges takes place. So the oxygen enters into the lungs through this way. Again, the CO2 is formed in the blood. Otherwise, the CO2 is collected by the blood. Again, the CO2 expelled out from our body through this way. Again, the CO2 enters into alveoli, alveoli to bronchioles. Bronchioles to bronchi, bronchi to trachea, trachea to larynx, larynx to pharynx, pharynx to nasal cavity, nasal cavity to nostrils, from nostrils to out. Okay, like that the CO2 is expelled out from our body. So this is the pathway of the respiratory system, otherwise a pathway of air, how the air enters into the lungs. Now, when we observe the structure of the lungs, so we are having the two lungs. The lungs are protected by the two membranes called flora. These lungs are made up of alveoli. Several tiny sac-like structures are present in the lungs. So when we spread the alveoli, what happened, so the lungs are spread up to 160 meters square. 160 meters square. So that much of length will be, so which is equal to a tennis court. Which is equal to a tennis court. Okay, clear? So like that, the lungs are located in the thoracic cavity. Okay? Okay? So this is the structure of the human lungs. We discussed about how the air enters into the lungs in different ways through different organs. So children, all of you draw this diagram in your CW and practice it, as well as you have to write the pathway also in your CW. So write with your own. So what is the use of the nostril? Nasal cavity, structure of the nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli and bladder. So definitions you have to write. So as well as practice the diagrams and important points you have to write in your CW. Keep with you properly. So which is very important. Okay, thank you.